It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you, and welcome to the Science Bowl today. Two great elementary schools playing our game, one of whom may be going on as the first of the four semi-finalists in this year's competition. Let's meet them right now. First, from Glenarden Woods Elementary, would you please say hello to Max Hernandez, Chidima and Bubuisi Aluava, and our last contestant, Joseph Yambo. And from Perrywood Elementary, say hello to Wesley Matthews, Jalen Virgil, and Juliana Woods. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty with the easier questions on the left. They're worth 5 and 10 points. The tougher ones worth 15, 20, ultimately 25, the toughest question of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. Into the 2 rounds today, one of these two good-looking teams will come back to play our game again and perhaps advance to that semi-final round. Let's make sure everything's working properly. Let's go to the red team. Chidima, would you try your buzzer? All right, it looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, to Joseph, and to Max. And Perrywood, Jalen, would you try yours? Thank you very much, Jalen. Good luck to you, to Juliana, and to Wesley. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right, I like that determination. Let's have a great game. We go alphabetically G before P. So Chidima and Glenarden Woods, let's play the bowl.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams to start out. Stephen J. Hawking alerted us to the black holes in space where energy disappears. Now some people are hypothesizing the opposite kind of holes. Chidima.
Mini black holes?
Not mini black holes. Perrywood. Stephen J. Hawking alerted us to black holes where energy disappears in space. Now some people are hypothesizing the opposite kind of holes where energy emerges. What do you think? White holes. Black holes, white holes. Try again, red.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10 points. Teams. If something is very rare, it is often compared to these that are not found in a hen's beak. Perrywood.
I don't know.
Okay, you rang the bell. What do you want to tell me?
Type of insect or worm.
Nope, nope. Glenarden Woods, if something is very rare, it is often compared to these that are not found in a hen's beak. What you think?
Magnetite.
Teeth. Teeth. As rare as a hen's tooth. Birds do have genes for teeth, but they don't develop them because if birds had teeth in their beaks, it would make it a little harder to fly. It would weigh them down even more. All right, try again. You're thinking too hard. Go for what seems obvious. Your first instinct is sometimes the good one. Go. Red.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, what plant part is also an acronym for the new and improved kind of science fair? Glenarden Woods.
STEM fair?
STEM fair, that's right, STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and math. Good, you're on the board, go red.
Body systems for 10.
Body assistance for 10 points. Teams, astronauts are in a weightless environment, and as a result, their bones demineralize. So to keep that from happening, they take supplements of what mineral? Perrywood.
Calcium.
Calcium, absolutely right, to help build up those bones to keep them from developing a kind of osteoporosis. 55-60, advantage green. Go.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, newswoman Barbara Walters should have developed, if anything, shingles, but instead she got what childhood version of shingles? Shit 'em up.
Chickenpox.
Chickenpox, absolutely right. She never had it. She did not get the vaccine for it, caused by the same herpes zoster virus. Shingles and chickenpox both. Tied up, 60 all. Shit 'em up.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, a multiple choice question. Viruses do not have scientific names. H3N2 is therefore not the species of flu that is affecting us this year, but is it called the vector, the type, or the strain? Glenarden Woods.
The vector.
Not the vector, the type, or the strain of flu, H3N2 this season, Jalen.
The type.
The strain, the strain of virus. That's the way they classify it. Go again, please, red.
Let's get physical for 5.
Get physical for 5 points. Teams, because the Emancipation Proclamation was printed on very poor quality paper, it is kept in a glass tube surrounded by an unreactive or inert gas with a chemical symbol N. Name that gas. Perrywood.
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen, yes, sir. Good. Go. Perrywood.
Zuperate for 5.
Zuperate for 5 points. Teams, because this insect has been thought to be able to survive a nuclear holocaust, it makes sense that it was Wally's companion on Earth.
Cockroach.
Perrywood.
A cockroach.
Cockroach, absolutely right. Good. Go. Green.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, because it was not produced by a mammary gland, even lactose-intolerant people can drink this from a coconut. Glenarden Woods.
Milk.
Milk. Coconut milk. Yes, if you're lactose intolerant, no problem. Pour it on. Go red. 70 all.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems, 15 points. Teams, your question is as follows. If you are double jointed, if you're really limber, your joints are normal, but what L initial connective tissues?
Ligaments.
Ligaments is right, Perrywood, absolutely. And Juliana gave you a quick nudge there. She knew what that was. Okay, you're back in the lead. Go green.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Let's put body parts with metals. If you drive fast, you have a lead foot. If you exercise a lot, you get buns of steel. And if you're a really good person, you have one of these made of gold. Glenarden Woods.
A heart of gold.
A heart of gold, absolutely right. Okay, the buzzer has rung. That was a quick first round. Let's check that score. A very competitive game. Glenarden Woods 75, Perrywood 85. We'll be back with round 2 in just a moment. Don't you go away.
It takes more than perfect balance.
More than a great pair of legs.
More than a good sword.
It takes more than just talent.
More than the will to win.
It takes you.
It takes your donations to support the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic teams. And now you can donate on Facebook.
He's done it! The U.S. has done it!
Support the U.S. Olympic team on Facebook and donate to make Olympic dreams come true.
Hello, I'm Tom Selleck. In every generation, men and women have come forward to fight for freedom and defend our liberty. Over 58,000 of them are named on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. Join me in supporting a new campaign to build an education center near the wall to tell their stories and teach about the values of those who have served in the past and who serve today. Learn how you can help. Thank you.
Welcome back to Science Bowl. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. What, 6 great kids we've got here today. If you've been following our game, you've seen the Perrywood team. They've been here twice before. Glenarden Woods making first appearance this year. Got a bye because they did so well last year. Let's start with Glenarden Woods. A storied school. Chittum, your school has won the county championship 3 times, back in 1995, 2007, 2008. That's a lot. There's a lot of talent over there. Tell us about your school. What makes Glenarden Woods a great place?
Well, all the teachers are really nice, and like they make learning really fun. And if you don't know something, they don't like take it out on you. They sort of help you and make sure you understand it, and they don't stop till you get it. Then once you get it, they like move on to something else, and then they keep helping you all the way. And they're just really fun people to be around.
Wow. I want to sign up and come there. I'm a little too old, but I'd like to go to school there. And of course, Glenarden Woods, I know from past experience, stages feasts and festivals each year devoted to a culture or a country, and there's nothing else like it in Prince George's County. It's just amazing, and you kids are so lucky to be part of that. Tell us who your principal is.
Our principal is Miss Bolding.
Absolutely. She's a great advocate for you and for Science Bowl and so much of what goes on at Glenarden Woods. And the sponsors of your team?
The sponsors of our team would be Miss Stewart, Miss Emerson, Miss Wright, and Miss Brundage.
Wow, you've got a whole team, a large section of the faculty behind you. That's great to know. And they'll be out in just a few moments to meet the audience. Did you have some alternates on your team?
Yeah.
Who are they?
There aren't.
Help her out, Joe and Max. Who are the alternates?
The alternates are Chris Tahoe and Sam Atkins.
Thank you very much. We'll meet them in just a few moments here. Tell us about yourself, Chidima. Why did you want to be on Science Bowl?
Well, I wanted to be on Science Bowl because science is really fun, and it's basically a way to test your knowledge of how much you know on science.
Absolutely right, and you're demonstrating that you know an awful lot, and you're playing a great game. Joseph, nice to have you here. Young man who is interested in a pro basketball career and also maybe something with computers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us who you play basketball for. Do you play for an organized team?
No.
No? It's just nice pickup games there. Great exercise. Tell me what else you might do in your spare time.
Well, in my spare time, I would like play on the computer or play outside with my friends.
Great. All right. You're a great addition to the team. And Max, you have so many plans for the future. As I think an engineer, doctor, lawyer. You got a lot of things you're juggling right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And tell us what you do in your spare time. You seem a very serious-minded young man.
Oh, in my spare time, if the internet's available, I go on a computer and see what's new, like current news, and I read. I play board games with my brothers.
You're keeping your mind active, and you're observant. You're taking in everything around you, and that's why you're such a good student and a good player, Max. Good to have you here. And before I leave Glenarden Woods, Chidima, I didn't ask you about your future. What do you see yourself doing someday?
Well, I see myself like either as a lawyer, scientist, and I'm not sure what field of scientist, or a doctor.
All right. Well, you've got plenty of time to decide. I'm sure you're going to be successful, whatever avenue you take. Perrywood, nice to have you back again. 3rd time on the show. You guys are like a well-oiled machine over there. You complement each other. Jalen, welcome back. Tell us about Perrywood.
Perrywood is a really fun school with a lot of organization programs, and we have a lot of stuff going on.
Absolutely. And you're wearing your matching Science Bowl shirts over there. You're great ambassadors for Perrywood. And you've got 2 great sponsors, don't you? Who are they?
Miss Jones and Miss Shirey.
Wonderful. And they're out there, along with the sponsors from Glenarden Woods, trying to watch and not watch at the same time because they're so nervous for you. Who's the principal at Perrywood?
Miss Poole.
Wonderful. She's out there rooting for you. Do you have any alternates on your team?
We have Maya Harrison.
Maya. She'll be out in just a few moments to join the sponsors. Jalen, tell us about Jalen. Someday, where are you headed?
Someday I wanted to be a mechanical engineer.
Yeah, and you're a very good math student in addition to being a great science student. And you're a great leader over there. I like how you control things over there. That's a great tribute to you and reason for your success. Juliana, nice to have you back again. Tell us about yourself.
Well,
what do you want to do someday?
When I get older, I would like to be a forensic chemist because I've always been interested in science.
Yeah, and forensic chemistry is almost hard to avoid. You turn on the televisions and it seems like every program, Bones and CSI and NCIS. There's a certain fascination about being able to solve things with all the clues coming together. I can see the attraction of that. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I like to read and write a lot of stories just for fun.
What have you written so far?
I like to write stories about just little girls, what they do in their dreams, like fiction books, and just like I like a lot of fiction.
It sounds like you're an introspective person, and a lot of your experiences of things you think are coming out on paper. That's wonderful. Wesley, nice to have you here. Young man, scholar, athlete. He likes basketball and football and track and everything. If you had to pick one sport, Wes, which one?
It would be football.
Football. What position you play?
I play running back and corner.
Very good. Do you play for an organized team?
Yes, I play for Marlow Heights Hurricanes.
Wonderful. Great. They're lucky to have you, as we are today. Tell us why you wanted to be on Science Bowl.
Well, I wanted to be on Science Bowl because most of my friends are on Science Bowl, and I'm also really interested in science.
Absolutely. And it's another team sport, just like the team sports you play outside. And someday, what do you hope to do?
I hope to be an architect.
Yeah, because you like to design buildings and cars, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, good to have you back. Let's get back to our game. 85 for Perrywood, 75 for Glenarden Woods. Very tight game. All of the high point questions are still available. Let's start us out. Chittima, go.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Teams, what notoriously ill-tempered Australian marsupial is on the verge of extinction because of a contagious cancer? Glenarden Woods.
Koala?
Not the koala. Good try. What notoriously ill-tempered Australian marsupial is on the verge of extinction because of a contagious cancer?
An ostrich?
The Tasmanian devil. The Tasmanian devil. They keep biting each other, and they're actually spreading the cancer from one to another. The only cancer we know of that can be transmitted from one individual to another. Go again, Red.
Science Potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, what same word is the liquid part of the blood, a kind of television, and the fourth state of matter? What same word describes all three of those? Glenarden Woods.
Plasma.
Plasma, you got it. All right, Glenarden Woods, go next.
Dateline Science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, NASA hopes by the year 2025 to land a man on one of these celestial objects. Perrywood.
A planet?
No, not a planet. Glenarden Woods, by 2025, NASA would like to land a man on one of these celestial objects that orbits between Mars and Jupiter.
An asteroid?
An asteroid, yes, because we think that it has a lot of platinum, which we could then mine. Lots of details to work out before that happens. Go, Red.
Green Things for 15.
Green Things, 15 points. Teams, what P-initialed wood product results when you grind up wood and then turn it into paper? Perrywood. Yes, sir.
Product?
Not product. Glenarden Woods, what P-initialed wood product is produced when wood is ground up in preparation for making paper?
Pulp.
Pulp. Wood pulp it is. Yes, indeed. Go, Red.
Science Potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, if a doctor has no antiseptic around and needs to sterilize his instruments, he can use this body waste product as it comes out. Perrywood. Yes, sir?
Urine.
Urine, absolutely right. Urine is sterile as it comes out of the body and can be used for sterilization purposes. Good answer. Go. Green. Let's check that score. Perrywood 100. Glenarden Woods 115. Advantage green.
Dateline Science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, after being experimented on for decades, the National Institutes of Health is now retiring these primates to an old age home in Louisiana. Glenarden Woods.
Monkey.
More specifically?
Ape.
Judges? Yes, we will give that to you. Apes, chimpanzees, they're getting their own home in Louisiana. I guess all the bananas they want. Okay, go, Red.
Physical. Let's get physical for 15.
Get physical for 15 points. Teams, it is really hard to make a perfect boiled egg because this P-initialed nutrient hardens at a different temperature. Chittima.
Protein.
Protein, yeah. Hardens at a different temperature in the white versus the yolk. Go red.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Multiple choice question teams. We know that ducks and other birds and animals have webbed feet. But which of the following animals has an interfemoral membrane? A bat, a seal, or a dolphin? Glenarden Woods.
A bat?
A bat, yes. Interfemoral, between the legs membrane. That's how it is able to fly. That plus the wings on the hands. Go.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Look at the monitor in the studio, please, for this question. Teams, when they were building the Panama Canal, Dr. Walter Reed, that you see there on the right, is treating a patient suffering from a certain kind of fever, so named because it made the patients jaundiced. What color is jaundice, and what kind of fever afflicted those men when they were bitten by mosquitoes? Glenarden Woods.
Malaria?
Not malaria. I said what kind of color associated with the color when you are jaundiced is the kind of fever that this is called?
Red.
Yellow fever. Yellow fever is the disease. Go again, red, please.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, what kind of F-initialed branch of science is being popularized by programs like CS Glenarden Woods?
Forensics.
Forensics, absolutely right. Juliana, I thought you were going to jump on that one. Go red.
Let's get physical for 20.
Get physical for 20 points. Seems your question is as follows. If you blow up a balloon and hold it next to a lighted candle, the balloon pops. Fill that same balloon with water, hold it next to the lighted candle, it does not pop. Tell me why not. Glenarden Woods.
Pressure is not air.
The air pressure is not enough.
Nope. Glenarden or Perrywood, why would a balloon filled with water not burst if held next to a lighted candle?
Can I refer this to Julian?
Yep.
There's no helium?
There's no what?
Helium?
No, the water in the balloon absorbs the heat from the candle so that the rubber does not break. Try again, red.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, brown eyes are more common than blue eyes. That's because the brown gene is dominant in the population, whereas the blue gene doesn't occur so often. Chittima?
Recessive.
Recessive it is. Exactly. That's what I want to hear. It is the recessive gene, only expressed if you get one from both parents. Go red.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade for 25. Big one in that category. Teams, look back to the monitor. A visual question. Teams, these beautiful painted snails in Cuba, like all snails, are hermaphroditic, meaning they contain both male and female sex organs, which means that all snails can do what? They can do what, Glenarden Woods?
Reproduce.
How? Give me more. Correct?
They can reproduce without a mate.
No, no. Perrywood, these hermaphroditic snails that contain both male and female sex organs means that all snails can do what?
Reproduce sexually?
No, that they can fertilize each other. They don't fertilize themselves, but they can all lay eggs. They can all lay eggs as a result. Go red.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, back in 1771, Joseph Priestley took a bell jar, which is like a clear lid, a plant, and a candle to prove that during photosynthesis, plants do what? What do they do, Glenarden Woods?
Oxygen. They make oxygen?
Yes, indeed. They make oxygen, which is the fuel that keeps the candle going. Without the plant inside there, there's no oxygen. The flame is extinguished. Go red.
Dateline for 25.
Dateline for 25. Big one in that category, teams. Ellen DeGeneres recently bid. She lost, but she bid on the opportunity to name a newly discovered Bolivian monkey. A new scientific name. A scientific name has what? Two parts to it. What two parts, Glenarden Woods?
The genus and the species.
You got them both, the genus and the species. And oftentimes you could put your own name in there. Okay, try again, red.
Body systems for 25.
Body Systems, 25 big one in that category. Teams, if you live in a city that is at a high elevation like Denver or Mexico City or Nairobi where the air is thin, you develop more red blood cells to compensate. And in each of those red blood cells, what pigment increases that actually binds to the oxygen? Glenarden Woods.
Hemoglobin?
Hemoglobin, yes indeed. You have more of that helping you to cope with that thin air. 3 questions left. Chittima?
Let's get physical for 25.
Get physical for 25, big one in that category. Teams, 4 of the 8 planets in our solar system are known as gas giants. Can you name all 4? Perrywood.
It's Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
You got all 4. That's the way to do it, Jalen. Go.
Green things for science potpourri for 25.
Science potpourri for 25 points. Multiple choice question. Teams, IVF stands for in vitro fertilization, which literally means that conception takes place under the microscope, in glass, or in a test tube. Glenarden Woods.
In a test tube?
Not in a test tube. IVF, in vitro fertilization, means conception takes place under a microscope, in glass, or in a test tube.
And under the microscope?
The one neither of you chose. It means literally in glass. Last question of the game, 25 points for green things, is as follows. Teams, on coniferous trees, these openings are found on the underside of the needles, whereas in deciduous trees, they're found on the underside of leaves. What are these openings called? Glenarden Woods.
I'd like to pass it to Joseph.
Joseph.
Stomata.
Stomata it is, and that is the end of the game. Glenarden Woods has done it. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't you go away.
Hello? Hello? I've been on the street for a while. I saw your poster outside. I don't know what to do.
National Runaway Switchboard, how can I help? Call 1-800-RUNAWAY to make the connection.
Welcome back. What a terrific game today. 6 very talented young people. A competitive game all the way through. We are proud of all of them. Our final tally today, Perrywood 125, Glenarden Woods 290. Congratulations. I think Chittima is about to smile, maybe for the first time. Joseph and Max, congratulations. And Chris and Sam, nicely done. Miss Emerson and Miss Stewart, congratulations. We're going to see you the next round. Let's see those great smiles over there. Wesley's fighting back some tears. He shouldn't be doing that. He played a great game. Their 3rd time here. Jalen, super job. Juliana, congratulations to you. Maya, nice to have you back again. I want to see you guys on the Science Bowl next time. And Miss Shirey, congratulations for sending us another great team. And Miss Jones, thank you for always being part of this. We look forward to seeing Perrywood each and every year. We look forward to seeing you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Bye-bye now.